This is TomoNews for Friday, March 30th.
Would you just look at that? Sometimes seeing is believing. A beach ball-sized tumor that was thought to be a beer belly was found growing inside a 63-year-old New Jersey man's belly. The belly trouble started out when Hoboken resident Kevin Daly was told to lose some weight after heart surgery, which is quite frank but normal. Standing at 6'2" and fit for his age, up until a few months ago, Daly just couldn't get rid of what friends and family thought was a beer belly. However, Daly doesn't like to drink beer and has always been athletic. Daly got a CT scan from Lenox Hill Hospital, New York City, which showed the beer belly was really just a massive mass occupying most of his abdominal cavity. It took the doctors about 6 hours to get the tumor out in one piece. It turned out to be a 30-pound liposarcoma, a low-grade fatty cancer that was wrapped around a kidney. Fast forward to 2 months later, Daly said he feels great and lucky as the tumor was slow-growing, and now he just needs to be monitored with regular MRI checkups. Talk about trauma. A woman is suing the hospital she gave birth in more than a decade ago after discovering they'd left something in her. Amy Bright began suffering from chronic back and leg pain after delivering son Jacob via C-section in 2003. Doctors thought it was a sciatica until a CT scan last November revealed the real culprit, a needle lodged in her spine. The 3-centimeter-long tip had broken off during her epidural 14 years ago at the Naval Hospital in Jacksonville. There's no way the medical staff there didn't catch the gaffe because its SOP is to check, and such a huge chunk was missing. It would have been easy to remedy the situation then, but now with most of the needle buried in bone and touching the nerve that leads to Bright's left leg, doctors say removal is too risky. Instead, the 41-year-old mother of 3 has to rely on pain medication and physical therapy for the rest of her life. She's thankful her son didn't suffer any complications and is now a healthy teenager, but claims the hospital needs to pay for what they've done to her. Guy who made awesome Ronaldo bust made another one. The sculptor who made the now infamous Cristiano Ronaldo bust for the airport in Madeira has taken another kick at it. Thanks to the help of Bleacher Report, Emmanuel Santos, the 41-year-old artist behind the bronze, was given a do-over. In a documentary released by BR, Santos describes how awesome it was being trolled by the whole world after the first bust was unveiled. Despite the harsh criticism, Santos still stands by his original work. But when put up to the challenge of taking another crack at it, he accepted and blasted this one in for a score. Although we still think the first one had way more character and personality, more so than the real Ronaldo for sure. Heads up, germophobes! Where you sit on a plane apparently matters as far as germ exposure is concerned, at least according to a new study. Human movement around an enclosed space, such as an airplane cabin, can supposedly spread more viruses than recirculated air. Since a person's seat influences their movement, those in the aisle and middle seats are more likely to get up and be exposed to germs. Passengers who pick a window seat and stay there have the least exposure. A study found that on a flight of 150 passengers where one person is sick, only one person on average will become infected. The odds of getting sick are highest among the 11 passengers seated closest to the sick person, 3 beside, 4 in front, and 4 behind. So if you're particular about germs, maybe try booking a window seat next time. And if you just happen to sit next to someone who looks like death warmed over, the overhead air vents might still help you ward away those pesky germs. Japanese firm offers artificial shooting stars. A Japanese startup wants to offer the world on-demand fake meteor showers. Shooting stars are plasma light trails visible after dust enters the atmosphere and burns. Tokyo-based Astro Live Experience will use a microsatellite to create an artificial shooting star show for the 2020 Olympics. The company now wants to make it available on demand. Reports from 2016 suggest the Olympic satellite will contain between 500 and 1,000 pellets, with the cost said to be $8,100 per pellet. These pellets measure a few centimeters in diameter. After being launched, the satellite will orbit Earth before releasing the pellets. When launched, the particle pellets travel 1/3 of the way around the Earth before entering the atmosphere. After the pellets enter the atmosphere, they will begin burning at around 40 to 50 miles from the ground. The pellets are coated in different chemicals so that the flames can emit different colors. In December, the company plans to launch 2 satellites at an orbit of 220 miles over Earth. The International Space Station orbits at 250 miles. The heights of the other thousands of other satellites in orbit vary. ALE told BuzzFeed they do a triple check with U.S. Strategic Command's satellite trajectory prior to any pellet launch in order to avoid collision with other spacecraft. The problem with that, a retired U.S. Air Force colonel pointed out, is that spy satellites' trajectories are classified and kept out of the catalog, meaning a pellet could theoretically hit one.